really actively trying to figure out one another's agendas. And clearly being open with one another about the fact that we do, by virtue of our roles, have different agendas, that there were people sitting at the table who were substance treatment, but there were people who were there as providing prenatal care, and then child welfare was involved too. And we all have our own specific area of emphasis and focus. But to the extent that we could sit together, talk about individual cases, and really try to explain ourselves so we can educate one another, it allowed us to actually build trust. And that was in large part built by creating an atmosphere where there were no real surprises, that we were trying to make sure that we didn't accidentally drop a landmine without being clear about where it was coming from, or and really trying to work through those things as we really learned one another's systems. Hold on. So as I mentioned, one of the big pieces of being together and working closely was really trying to both inform, but allowing ourselves to be informed by one another. And this happened through the case-specific dialogue. We were able to really identify where there were barriers, where there were challenges, but also where there was trends of success, things that were going really well, and building upon those pieces as well. And as we met with one another over time, I, as part of the team, was able to really hone in on what I think were key areas of challenge, things that about child welfare's practice that were very troubling to our partners and were worthy of really reconsideration and thinking about what needed to shift within our system in order to better address the needs of these children and their families. And the buckets that I kind of grouped these into were really our practices around report screening. Then the piece that I think was back in the early days challenging was really, what was the focus of our intervention? Was our focus to prove that there had been prenatal substance use and to kind of catch that had happened, or was it really to be forward thinking and looking ahead and trying to address the risk that might still exist? So really, what is the focus of our intervention needed to be clarified and sorted through so that people, including our internal audience, could really understand what that work needed to look like. And then our case determination practice. I think that what we were struggling with was a lack of clarity in policy around what do we do with these cases, and what are the implications for